Hey guys. So I wanted to touch base today, a little bit of an update. Haven't talked to you guys much about what's been going on. I saw the functional medicine doctor probably close to a month ago and had a ton of lab work drawn. Now, I was able to see those lab results, but to be honest, some of those things are really complicated and I don't understand them. So I've tried not to dwell on that. And I have my appointment coming up on the 15th, and I will go over all the lab work with her. And so we'll talk more about that after I've had her evaluation of the lab work. One thing I can say is I don't have candida, which is awesome. I think that she kind of thought that might be the problem. And we both agreed that I should attack this from the stand of my gut health. I've done the program that they recommended. In fact, I'm completing a lot of the supplements at this point that she recommended me take. And I'm trying to finish those up. I'm sticking with it. I haven't seen a ton of change, just being honest. I don't know that that is the answer. I honestly felt like it might be myself, but at this point, with the results I've had, I don't. I've had days where I feel really good, and I've had days still where I feel really bad. I'm still having a lot of the heart issue, the palpitations really bad. Some days, it's all I can do to wear the mask and work all day. So I don't know. That's not a lot better. It's just such a fluctuation. I'll think, man, this is great. Like I'll have a day where I have super energy and I can do whatever. And then I'll have, the next 3 days where I feel like I'm struggling to get out of bed. I am being super consistent with my exercise. So I'm proud of myself for that. Even though I'm not seeing results, I'm trying to keep control of my eating patterns because I tend to binge if I don't see results pretty quick. I get pretty frustrated and I tend to binge, and I've not done that. I feel like I am getting better and having a healthier relationship with what I eat, and recognizing that I don't have to eat it all, because that was my pattern. I definitely was a binge eater. I no doubt. And if it was here, I needed to eat the whole bag. And if it was, if we went out to eat, I needed to have, 4 glasses of sweet tea, and I needed to eat just because I would, using that as an excuse. So I feel like I have controlled a lot of those tendencies. I think it's far from over for me. And I have some people in my life that are holding me accountable, and I appreciate their help. As I'm winding down on this gut healing protocol thing I've been doing, none of that will hurt me. I'm glad that I did it. I feel like you have to rule things out sometimes. And now that we've gotten the labs back, I'm very excited for my appointment to see what her take is and what maybe she suggests as my next steps. So that's coming up April 15th, and I will be updating you guys on that visit and kind of letting you know what our next plan is. And then I meet again with my health coach like at the end of April. So I've got all that coming up, and I'll be keeping you guys kind of updated on that. So I'm excited for that, and I look forward to sharing this with you and bringing you guys along on this journey to my good health. Hey guys, so I want to check in with you guys a little bit. It's been a while since I kind of gave you an update. There's not been much to tell. I'm still on the struggle bus. I just can't seem to find a combination that works. And I did have my second visit with the functional medicine doctor. So I thought I would kind of tell you a little bit about how that went. Let me just say that it is expensive. But as far as value, she spent an hour with me the first time and an hour with me this time. She sat and talked to me about nutrition and things that I should try to do in my diet. It was amazing. The visit was amazing. So her name is Dr. Michelle Zook. She is with Parsley Health. And I have my health coach visit coming up at the end of the month. So that'll be coming up soon. But she took the lab work that I had and went through it line by line, even if it was normal, and said, this is what I was looking for. This is good. This is really good news. This is really good news. This is, good that it's within normal range. And then she took the things that, even though they might have said they were within normal range, because remember, normative lab values are simply values of the normal average. So people that are needing lab work done because there's a problem, their values were taken to get this normative range. So oftentimes when you go with functional medicine, I've heard this a lot on podcasts, these values are not, they may be normal, but they're not optimum. And I don't know about you, but I'm looking for some optimum health at this point. Anyway, so we talked about that. She did a reverse T3, which was high and indicated that I'm I'm not responding well to stress at this point, which is something I already suspected. My C-reactive protein, which is a protein that indicates inflammation, is also extremely high. And that is a marker that's looked at for heart disease. So this marker is high enough that it's starting to have an impact on me. One thing she did suggest on that was that I've been taking estradiol by mouth a long time, ever since I had a hysterectomy in 2010. And she suggested that I don't do that by mouth anymore, that I do either a cream or a patch. I personally think I'm going to try to eventually wean myself off of that completely and just see what happens. I've not done that because when I had the surgery all those years ago, I couldn't even stand my own self, much less anyone else. And obviously I have a job that requires me to work with people. And in order to tolerate people, I had to take this medicine. So that's just the facts. Changed my personality so much. I wasn't myself without the hormone because I was so young. I was only 35. All my B vitamins were low. So that may be why I'm feeling a lot of the tiredness. And so I'm going to start those. I'm going to be taking some new supplements to help support my blood sugar, which is not changing. And she was definitely concerned about that. So I'm insulin resistant, which I suspected, but the marker that marker indicates like a problem with the beta cells, I think is how she explained it. And so if I burn those out, then I'm going to be insulin dependent diabetic. I do not want that. And so she didn't suggest, I have been trying some long intermittent fast, and she did not suggest I do that. She said that it's not a good idea for me. A lot of women do not respond well to that. And I was having some problems. So I would be fine until I ate lunch. And then when I'd eat at 12 o'clock, I felt terrible some days. And she said that that's just, some women don't tolerate that well. And men do really well with longer fasts, but women do not. So anyway, I'm going to do the 12-hour window like I've done in the past. She's still very adamant about the more vegetarian lifestyle, not being a vegetarian because I'm not going to be a vegetarian, but just having more, because meat is a source of inflammation in the body. Even if you pick good sourced meat, you can still get inflammation from it. I'm going to go back to the plan as she gave it to me before because I'd gotten away from that with the fasting in that book I read. I read a book and it caused me to get into this fasting idea. I'm going to be honest, I am super discouraged. I'm hoping that I have not ruined my health, I guess. I know that there's a point of no return, and she doesn't feel that way at all. She indicated that she feels like a lot of the concerns we've caught early enough, but I know that the blood sugar is something that's been a problem. I ignored it for a long time. It's my own fault. I don't blame anybody but myself. I have had problems with dieting, like I've told you guys, and I think that messes up your body. And now I'm going to have to try to repair that's been damaged. And so I just got to deal with what I got. But I did want to give you guys this brief update and just let you know that I'm not giving up, even though I'm discouraged. I am going to keep fighting this fight. I'll have my blood work rechecked in 3 months and have a follow-up with her in 3 months to see how the new supplements are going and how things are. So I'll keep you guys along for the journey. And I really appreciate you taking time out to watch this video. I will see you guys in my next video. See ya.